In a small coastal village, nestled between soft hills and silver waves, lived a blind painter named Noah. Every single morning he would sit by his window, facing the sea he could no longer see. The villagers often whispered amongst themselves, wondering why would a man who couldn't see still try to paint. Years ago, Noah was celebrated for his breathtaking sunrise paintings. They were vibrant, full of life, bursting with color. But a tragic accident stole his sight, plunging his world into darkness. His brushes, once extensions of his soul, began to gather dust. He stopped painting. He stopped going out. Days bled into months of heavy silence. Then one morning, a small, gentle voice broke through the quiet. A child stood at his door. "Sir," the child asked softly, "what does the sunrise look like?" Noah managed a sad smile. "I don't know anymore," he replied, his voice raspy from disuse. But that simple question echoed in his mind all through the night. What asterisk does asterisk the sunrise look like to someone who can't see it? As dawn approached, a new resolve stirred within him. Noah reached for his old familiar brushes. He couldn't see the colors on his palette, but he could feel them. He remembered yellow warm like a gentle smile, blue calm like deep, steady breathing, red strong and vibrant like a heartbeat. Slowly, hesitantly at first, he began to paint again. His hands glided across the canvas, guided not by sight, but by memory, by emotion, and by the symphony of the world around him. He listened to the morning chorus of the birds, to the whisper of the wind through the tall grass, and to the gentle, rhythmic sigh of the sea, and his brush danced. The villagers, noticing the light on in his studio, would gather on the street below, whispering in awe. "He's lost his sight," they'd say, "but maybe not his vision." Days later, Noah declared his first painting since the accident finished. He couldn't see the result, of course. But when the villagers came to look, a hush fell over the room. It was a sunrise, but not like any they had ever witnessed on a canvas. It seemed alive, as if the sun itself was breathing on the fabric. Every single brushstroke pulsed with pure feeling, not just form. It was a sunrise you didn't just see, you felt it. Word of the blind painter who captured the soul of the dawn spread like wildfire. People traveled from neighboring towns, all curious to see his work and meet the man behind it. When they asked him his secret, how he could possibly create such beauty, Noah would simply say, "I paint what my heart remembers, not what my eyes see." Over time, Noah began to teach. But his lessons were unconventional. He taught others to paint not with sight, but with sensation. "Close your eyes," he would instruct his students. "Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Hear the sound of light as morning arrives." That is where true art begins. His students learned to create waves that sang, skies that hummed with energy, and portraits that smiled without a single line drawn for a mouth. Years passed, and Noah grew old, his hands weathered but his spirit bright. One morning, just before dawn, he gathered his students. "When the light rises today," he told them, his voice calm and clear, "don't describe it to me. Just let me feel it." And as the first warm rays of the sun touched his face, he smiled a deep, knowing, peaceful smile. It was the last sunrise he would ever feel. After his passing, the villagers honored his memory. They hung his final magnificent painting in the town's small gallery. It showed no clear shapes or forms, only a swirling vortex of colors that seemed to move and breathe with a life of their own. Below it, a simple plaque was placed. It read, "The dawn isn't something we see. It's something we feel." And from that day forward, every morning, the villagers would look toward the eastern horizon. They weren't just watching the sunrise anymore. They were remembering Noah, the blind painter who taught them all how to truly see, not with their eyes, but with their hearts. Thank you for joining me for this story. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more content that inspires. We'll see you next time.